What an absolute beaut of a morning. So today I've decided to come to Seathwaite after work on a hot and balmy Friday evening. I think it's probably about 20 degrees. I've just parked down at the farm at Seathwaite and I'm heading up to Glaramara to try and find, or Glaramara, I can never pronounce it, try and find a nice pitch for the night before a couple of days wild camping in the lakes. You couldn't ask for better weather over the summer. But my God, this is hard work hiking in this. I'd forgotten quite how hot and sticky it can get. So the plan tonight had been to come and go and wild camp up on top of Glaramara, which I think is that pointy bit just behind me, but lockdown has sapped all my hill strength. I didn't have the energy, so I've stopped just below because I think it's getting a little bit dark and I fancy pitching up in the last remnants of light, but it's an absolutely stunning evening. It's a little bit hazy, but it's perfectly still. See Derwent water off in the background and just the hazy fells just rolling off in every single direction. It's a stunning evening, and I'm hoping that there might be a little bit of a sunset if that catches in a bit. I don't even know if I'm going to make tea. I'm just going to sit here and have my beer and enjoy the peace and quiet of a fell top to myself. So that's it, I've finished my beers and it's still twilight outside, but it's too dark to really mooch around out there anymore, so I've retreated into the tent. Going to read a little bit of my book, something about a disaster on K2, and then go to sleep. So I shall see you in the morning. Night all. So after a perfectly still night, I'm still struggling to sleep in a tent. Probably only got about a couple of hours sleep last night, which I suppose at least I got some sleep, but let's see what I've woken up to. I think I've probably missed any sunrise at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I've got faint hopes that there might be some low-lying mist or clouds, so let's see. For a night of no kit. I've woken up and the sun is just poking over the hills there behind me. But all down in the valleys is a nice thin layer of cloud giving absolutely stunning views. And still not a breath of wind. So, somewhat in anticipation of having a bad night, I've bought the real coffee this time to have with my lovely new cafetiere coffee press. I don't know, whatever I want to call it. Which should give me the kick and hit I need. But wow, still, what an amazing morning. Oh, nothing beats a fresh pot of coffee and that view. So I've just had to walk a little bit further than I might have hoped for to find some water, but at least I got to try out my new toy, the Trail Shot MSR Trail Shot microfilter. The water was only a trickle, and you can still taste the peat in there, but it seems to be alright. So I'm quite pleased with that purchase. It beats the chlorine taste and having to remember to buy the tablets all the time, so that can just go in my bag, but we'll see how it does. It's still an absolutely stunning morning here. I'm pleased with how lucky it's been. It's glorious. And I've just got breakfast on the go down there. Wayfarers all day breakfast. I've had them before. They're not the best, but seeing as I didn't have tea last night, I thought I'd go for something a little bit stodgy this morning. But wow. Not sure what the plan is today, but I'll pack up in a bit and go up Glaramara. I think I finally got that right after mispronouncing it so many times, and then make a plan from there. So that's me all packed up now, a little bit later than planned, but I've had a nice leisurely morning this morning. Made sure that I have left no trace, given all the idiots that are kind of trashing the place and giving us a bad name at the moment. I've got my rubbish in my bag, and I'm gonna say goodbye to this stunning view. I can't believe it's still there. I thought it might have disappeared, but I suppose it's starting to fade a little bit because it's just appearing in the distance. But wow, what a morning it's been. So this is me on the summit of Glaramara, if I've got that right. For some reason I just cannot pronounce that one, which is my 100th Wainwright. And wow, what a morning, what a view. I think you can just about make out the Langdale Pikes behind me over there somewhere, and then kind of again the mist in Langstrath down there, and then the view that I've been waking up to this morning. Down over Derwent Water, underneath the mist, Castle Crag poking out still, and King's How, and again Keswick coming more into view. But wow, what an absolutely stunning day. Couldn't ask for more. Bowfell and Esk Pike up there, and Angletarn just behind there out of sight, and then looking over I think Allen Crags and Glaramara, and then down into the Langstrath Valley, and somewhere up over there is High Rise, or High Raise, which is where I'm heading now. So all the mist is now burnt off pretty much. I don't really know what time it is, maybe 11 o'clock, but it took longer to burn off than I thought it would. And it is still very, very hot. I could probably do with some shade, but I'm not sure I'm going to find anywhere around here. These big open fells. So the plan today had been to well, I suppose possibly wander on and find another place to wildcamp, but I've just got signal, and the forecast is for rain first thing tomorrow morning, so I don't really fancy packing up my tent in the wet. I'm probably looking for a bit of an excuse not to, so I'm going to wander up, do a few more Wainwrights, and then drop back down probably into Langstrath, and then back round to the car and back home. But this is sweaty work, but absolutely stunning. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Langstrath looks absolutely resplendent down there, and the Langdales just behind me, or the Langdale Pikes and the Valley of Langdale just over there. So onwards in this hot weather. Scorching. That up to High Rise was not fun. It was, oh god, absolutely roasting and just relentless. No footpath. And then I stopped on top and I thought, right, I can have a break. And the midge came out, and so I've kind of put a bit of distance between here and there. Oh, I need some water. But going up, you start to think, at what point does heat stroke set in? It's roasting. But looking forward to getting down to the river in the background and topping up my water bottles. So I've just stopped to fill up my water bottle from this lovely little stream. I'll have my lunch of a jumbo M&S pork pie, which was lovely. But wow, without that water filter I'd have been done in today. It's a little bit of shade now. Sun's gone behind a cloud, and that is it's much needed. I think I must have had about 4 or 5 litres today, so without that filter, whew, but it's still an absolutely stunning location. I've never been to this little valley before. I don't think I've even looked into it. I don't know what it's called. It will join Langstrath and then go into Seatoller, I think. So I've probably got another couple of hours at least before I'm back at the car, and then a few hour drive home and a shower and de-stick. Wow, back at the car. Oh, those last 6 kilometres were an absolute killer. The challenge with today's route was always going to be those last 6k. Get back and you think you're home, and then 6k of walking. It was actually quite nice, but my shoulders were ready for a rest. But back in the car now. It was a glorious night last night, an absolutely stunning morning, but today was roasting, so I've called it early. Now to drive home and have a long shower. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please, it'd be much appreciated if you gave it one of these and subscribed. Till the next time. Cheers everyone. Bye.